This popular spice breakfast cake is beloved across the Netherlands. There's even a children's party game based around it. It is thought that gingerbread was brought to Europe by Gregory of Nicopolis, an Armenian monk who settled in France in 992 CE. This medieval gingerbread was typically a mix of honey, ginger and the crumbs of old bread pressed into moulds. Later, flour would come to replace the stale breadcrumbs. But the other spices used to flavour the modern cake, such as black pepper, nutmeg, cinnamon and cloves, came later. For most of the 16th century, Portugal controlled the hugely lucrative spice trade. In 1595, Dutch merchants made a costly first expedition to the Maluku or Spice Islands of Indonesia. Over 60% of the expedition crew died, but the price of spices was so high that the trip was still considered a success. In 1602, the Dutch government sponsored the establishment of the United East India Company, or VOC, which was granted a monopoly over the spice trade, helping to fix prices and guarantee profits. Within 20 years, it was the wealthiest company in the world. The company's charter effectively allowed it to function as its own state, including minting its own currency, launching acts of war, colonization, and slavery to secure spice production. Over the last few years, the Netherlands have begun to publicly acknowledge the colonization and brutality that underscored its historic wealth. In their museums, for example, panels have been added highlighting where the wealth on display was owed to slavery.